Let's see how we can use the delta and EQ functions in Google Sheets. We have the delta and EQ functions Google Sheet open, and it has the data template we require. In column A, we have the serial numbers from 1 to 22, using the sequence function, with rows 22, columns 1, start 1, and step 1. In column B, we have value 1, which can be a number, positive or negative, floating point number, currency, percentage, date, time, logical value, text, and special character. And in column C, we have value 2, which also can be a number, positive or negative, floating point number, currency, percentage, date, time, logical value, text, and special character. We want to compare value 1 and value 2, that is, we want to check if value 1 is equal to value 2. So for that, in column D, we have, is value 1 equal to value 2, using delta function. And in column E, we want to check, is value 1 equal to value 2 using EQ function. Let's head to the D2 cell, and write equal to delta. The delta function is used to compare two numerical values. It takes number 1, and optional number 2, as arguments. An example is shown. For our case, we will write equal to delta, number 1 will be value 1, which is B2, and optional number 2 will be value 2, which is C2. Let's autofill the data. Delta function returns 1, if value 1 is equal to value 2. And returns 0, if value 1 is not equal to value 2. And for text or special characters, the delta function returns a value error. Since the function delta parameter 1 expects number values, but A is a text and cannot be coerced into a number. Let's check one by one. So, for the first case we have value 1 equal to 0, and value 2 is blank. Blank value is taken as the number 0, so the delta function compares 0 to 0, which are equal, hence it returns 1. For the next case, value 1 is 7, and value 2 is blank, so, value 2 is taken as 0, 7 is not equal to 0, that is why the function returns 0. Next, for value 1 equal to 1, and value 2 equal to 0, the delta function returns 0, because they are not equal. Again, for value 1 equal to 3, and value 2 equal to 1.5, since they are not equal, the function returns 0. If value 1 is a floating point number 2.5, and value 2 is also 2.5, since they are equal, the function returns 1. For value 1 equal to a negative number, -8, and value 2, also -8, the function returns 1, since they are equal. Then, if value 1 is 5, and value 2 is -4, since they are different, the function returns 0. If value 1 is 8, and value 2 is 8, the function returns 1, because 8 is equal to 8. Then for the currency, $10 is value 1, and value 2 is $10, value 1 is equal to value 2, so the function returns 1. Next, value 1 is $9, and value 2 is $12, which are not equal, so the function returns 0. For percentage value, 100%, as value 1 as well as value 2, the function returns 1. Next, value 1 is 90%, and value 2 is 100%, they are not equal, so the function returns 0. Now, value 1 is a date, which we got using the date function with arguments as year, month and day. First of January 2025, and value 2 is 1st of January 2025, both are the same, so, the function returns 1. Next, value 1 is 1st of January 2025, and value 2 is 10th of January 2025, which are not equal, so the function returns 0. Then, 16 hours 0 minutes and 1 second is value 1, and value 2 is also 16 hours 0 minutes and 1 second. Since both are the same, the function returns 1. If value 1 is 20 hours 0 minutes and 1 second, and value 2 is 20 hours 0 minutes and 0 seconds, which are not equal, the function returns 0. Then for the logical values, true and false, if value 1 is true, and value 2 is false, they are not equal, so the function returns as 0. If value 1 is true, and value 2 is also true, then the function returns 1. And for all text and special characters, the delta function returns value error, because it can only compare two numbers. Now, let's see how we can use the EQ function. So, let's head to the E2 cell, and write equal to EQ. EQ tells if value 1 and value 2 are equal, it takes value 1, and value 2 as arguments. An example is shown. For our case, we will write, equal to EQ. Value 1 is B2. And value 2 is C2. Let's autofill the data. We see that EQ also compares text and special characters. So if we want to compare only numbers, the delta function can be used, but if we wish to compare any other data types, then we can use the EQ function. We see that, wherever the delta function returns 1, the EQ function returns true. And wherever the delta function returns 0, the EQ function returns false. So the EQ function returns true, if both the values, value 1 and value 2, are same, and returns false, if value 1 is not equal to value 2. We can just check where the delta function returns 1, the EQ function returns true. And where the delta function returns 0, the EQ function returns false. Now for the text value, value 1 is A, and value 2 is B, not equal, so the EQ function returns false. Value 1 is C, and value 2 is also C, the EQ function returns true. For special characters, if value 1, and value 2, both are asterisks, then the function returns true. If value 1 is a special character greater than, and value 2 is a special character caret, the EQ function returns false. With this, we have successfully learned how to use the delta and the EQ functions in Google Sheets. Thank you for your time. Please like, share, and subscribe if this video was useful.